Shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. I am the brother Napat from Great Millstone, Tampa. I want to give double honors to elders and apostles, the Great Millstone, who teach and rule well. Peace and blessings to hopeful elect and ones listening in. And, I want to go into a quick lesson, all right, through the Spirit, because we're in a time where the Lord is going to, bless us with many things, abundance, all right, and redeem us, okay, because the time that we are in and the current time that we're looking at, a lot of prophecies are starting to come to pass, all right, and these prophecies that's coming to pass, and the things that's being put to work now is things that brothers have, forsaken their lives of this world to come into the truth to serve the Lord and prophesy these things. So now we're coming to a point where we're starting to see these things being fulfilled, and it brings great joy, all right, into our hearts, man, because we have been through so much, when it came to letting go, all right, of everything here, all right, to serve the Lord, because you lost family, friends, people that you really cared about, they betrayed you. All right. But now we're coming to that time where everybody that, looked down upon you, betrayed you, giving up upon you, they gonna see, you was right. All right. Which ultimately, the Lord put that spirit in you. All right. And when the Lord was right. Okay. But the Lord had us out there, prophesying, and, we've been sticking down with him since, we first came in. Okay. So the Lord's going to have us reap, the blessings, all right, for sticking down with him, from the start, man. All right. For forsaking everything for him. We about to be coming into that time where we're going to reap those blessings. All right. Now, this is the scripture I want to grab. This is Luke chapter 6 and verse 20 in the NLT. It says, "Then Yahweh Shai turned to his disciples and said, Yahweh blesses you who are poor." And ultimately, we are the poor. Okay. Now, Israel as a whole is a poor, but within that, the man of the Lord, we are poor here. We don't have anything, to really glory of, or that we can say that, we have. Okay. Our boast of, or any of that, bro. All we have is the truth, man. So the scriptures says that, you who are, rich in the spirit. All right. Actually, let's get that real quick. Rich. Or I think it's faith, but Salakia. Rich. Faith. Yeah. This is James. This is James chapter 2 and verse 5. "Hearken, my beloved brethren, hath not Yahweh chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom which he hath promised to them that love him?" All right. So the Lord has chosen the poor of this world, and we are the poor. Okay. And the Lord's coming to that moment in that time, in that era where the Lord's going to bless, all right, the poor. All right. The ones, that served him, that sought him out while he was near. Brothers have given up everything here to serve the Lord, bro. So the Lord is going to, give back on what we have, given up for him. Scripture says he that, for sake of mother, father, brother, wife, house, all these different things, bro, for his sake, the Lord will return back in a hundredfold. Okay, so to bring back this Luke 6 and verse 20, "Then Yahweh Shai turned to his disciples," this is Yahweh Shai speaking, "and said, Yahweh blesses you who are poor, for the kingdom of Yahweh is yours. Yahweh blesses you who are hungry now, for you will be satisfied. Yahweh blesses you who weep now, in due time you will laugh." All right, so The Lord is blessing us. The Lord is bringing blessings upon our way, to where we are starting to be more satisfied. All right. You know, we're being, we're able to laugh now, genuinely laugh, bro. Like, there's no reason for brothers to still be in a, a bad, sad countenance or any of that, bro. All right. It really wasn't much of a reason before, but how much more now? Okay, seeing that this place is crumbling before our eyes, and the people that mocked and scoffed and looked down upon us is crumbling with it, and they don't have any hope. All right, to see that they now they catching the hell that they mocked you and scoffed on you. All right, for catching hell. Now they got to catch hell. Now they got to receive. All right, that hell, bro, that affliction, those straits. But they're going to get in much worse than we had. All right? Because the hell that's coming upon this place is great death and destruction, man. And they're going to have to be a part of it. Okay? So in due time, it says you will laugh. And we come into that time where brothers is laughing, bro. Like, we rejoicing because we seeing what's happening. We seeing what's going on. And we know, we've been, prophesying through the Spirit these things are happening. We've been prophesying it for years, bro, and now it's finally coming to pass, and we can be nothing but, glad and happy and excited, bro. These are some exciting times that we are in. We get to see, all right, the prophecies being unfold that, the men before us look forward to, all right? The disciples of the Lord look forward to, okay? It says, what blessings await you when people hate you, exclude you, and mock you, and curse you as evil because you follow the Son of Man. And these are all the things that we had to go through, bro. All right, but there was blessings awaiting us, ahead of us. Okay. There was blessings also ahead of us that was awaiting upon us. So we had to go through the people, that we love, hating us, excluding us, mocking and scoffing, cursing us as evil, all because we was following the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. We had to go through that, but now it's coming to a time where these people are starting to realize the prophets have been among them. We, the prophets, have been among them, trying to warn them. And you try to warn Jake, trying to save them, understanding now, especially when you first come into the truth, now understanding that it's only the Lord that can save them. So it kind of, when you first come to this thing, you lose family members, it kind of hurt a little bit, but then over time, you get to a point where you become numb to it, bro, because you realize you can't save them. It's the Lord that's going to save them. All right? So you see that, the delusion that's been, held on them, that strong delusion that they can't get out of, and you can't, save them from, and you just realize, ultimately, bro, it's just not meant for you, bro. All right? Those demons are too strong on those people to where they continue to walk in darkness and despise you for walking in light, So you can't do much for them. And you just got to, ultimately just let it go. And that's what the Lord, had us do, is when we first came into this truth, he took everything we loved dear. We took, we held dear within our hearts, and he made us let it go, bro. And you had to, or you wouldn't be able to continue in this truth. You had to pick the Lord, all right, or the things of this world. And, you have to let go of those things of the world if you're still here now. Okay? But now we're coming to the time where the Lord is we're going to reap the blessings from that. We're going to reap the blessings from the hell and the straits that we've been put through. The things we had to sacrifice. The people that, mocked and scoffed and hated us. We're going to reap blessings, man. And we're reaping it now, seeing all these things happening in the current time, bro. These prophecies being unfolded in the current time. All right, it's only going to get worse from here, man. All right, we said it before, and it's gotten worse. We're going to say it again. It's going to get even more worse. Okay? It says, when that happens, be happy. Yes, leap for joy. And that's what we're doing. We're happy, bro. We're leaping for joy, giving all praises and glory in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Because we understand, bro, that, a great reward awaits you in heaven. All right, that's what the scripture says. It says, "For a great reward awaits you in heaven," and that great reward is what we seeketh after. All right, that reward that awaits us in heaven. All right, the salvation that awaits us. All right, the peace that we're going to gain. All right, within the kingdom of heaven. All right, these are the things that continuously play within our minds. So that's why we rejoice when this place is being destroyed, and while the rest of these niggas over there, worried and crying and scared, we all ready for it, bro. Because we know that after this place is over with and it's done and gone away with, we coming into peace, bro. All right? The Lord's going to set things back in his rightful order. The Lord's going to save his men. Okay? It says, and remember, their ancestors treated the ancient prophets that same way. All right? So when you realize, bro, their ancestors, all right, the Israel before us, all right, which is really just, Jake all over again. The spirits, roam the same. It's the same spirits, different bodies, man. Okay? They did the same. They did the prophets the same way. They did us the same way back in the day, bro. All right? But now we come to the point where now we about to see them get what they, we about to see the reward, bro. The prophets are old. They wasn't able to get to see the reward yet. But we about to see the reward that the Lord has prophesied. Okay? In this lifetime, bro, we going to see that reward. That's why we get that. We rejoicing, bro. We happy. We're satisfied. These niggas don't know what's going to happen next or what's going to come tomorrow. But we do. We know what's going to happen. We know what's happening. Okay? We're not in the blind or in the dark on what the things that's going on right now. And that's a blessing within itself. With sorrow awaits you who are rich. You have your only happiness now, So a sorrow awaits you that are rich, because you receive your consolation. That's what the scripture says in the KJV. All right? Because you receive your consolation. You got it all. You did it, You had the happiness you wanted here. All right? But now that happiness is starting to come to an end because the Lord got to come back and destroy this place for its wickedness, bro. Hell got to break loose. All right? All hell got to break loose, man. The Lord got to destroy this place. And, the happiness that you niggas, wanted to keep so well is going to be stripped away from you. All right? This world that you niggas wanted to fight over is going to be stripped from you. And you're going to see the Lord take it. The Lord going to destroy this place, bro. And the niggas that wanted to keep it going to stay here with it. They're going to keep it they're going to keep it in those nukes, man. All right? You want to stay down with American Babylon, you're going to die with American Babylon, okay? It says, what sorrow awaits you who are fat and prosperous now? For a time of awful hunger awaits you. What sorrow awaits you who laugh now? For your laughing will turn to mourning and sorrow. And that's what we're seeing is the laughter, the joking and the memes and all these different things. It's starting to become to sorrow, okay? Even the memes you see now about World War III and all these different things, behind those jokes, all right, is a man in fear or a woman in fear, all right, of their lives, knowing that this is gonna happen, but they want to laugh off the pain. But it's gonna get to the point; it's gonna be visibly shown that nukes is gonna be coming out the sky.